Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome to NIFS Home School. Hope you all are fine by the grace of Almighty. I am also fine. This is Kamrun, our assistant teacher of English, National Ideal English Version School, Day Shift. My dear students of class 4, today I am going to take your English language class and our today's topic is WH questions. In English, we can ask questions in two ways, by using auxiliary verb and by using WH questions. When you use auxiliary verb to ask a question, you can give the answer by saying yes or no. But when you use the WH questions, that mean what, why, which, who, how. That means the words which begins with WH. So those words are called WH questions. So if you use those words to ask the question, you cannot give the answer by saying yes or no. You need to give some information. So today we will know how to make a WH questions from the statements. So let's start our class today. So WH questions, rule number 1. To know about the subject, that means of a sentence, that means if the subject is a person and if you want to know about it, we use who in forming WH question. That means we will use who if we want to know about the person, which is subject. Now look at this example. Karim opened the door. So here Karim is our subject and this is the underlined word. Karim opened the door. That means we know about Karim. So we will start our question with who and then we will write the rest of the sentence. Who opened the door? Now Rohim has done the work. Now look, we start our question with who. Who has done the work? So if you want to know about the subject of a sentence and if the subject is a person, we will use who. Or if the subject was not person, we will use what. Now look, to know about the object of a sentence, we use whom or who. So if you want to know about the object of a sentence and if the object is the person, we will use who or whom. Now look at this example. We met Robin. Now we will start our question with whom. Whom, and now look, did you meet? Now look, according to the tense, if there's no auxiliary verb, we will use do, does or did. Do, does or did according to the tense. Now look, we met Robin. And this sentence, now look at this verb met. After subject there is the past form of the verb. Met is the past form of the verb meet. So this is past tense. That means simple past tense or past indefinite tense. So now we will start. We want to know about Robin, and Robin here is the object of this sentence. So we will start our sentence with whom or with who. We can also start with who. Who did you meet? Now look, now we will write did. If there's no auxiliary verb, if you want to make a question, you need to add do, does or did according to the tense. So after whom we will write did. And now look, in making WH question, if you find I or we in the statement, it will be changed into you. Me or us into you. My or our will be your. Remember this one. Remember these two boxes. Now look, whom did you meet? So after did, we will write the subject and our subject is we. So we will change into you. So whom did you? Then the present form of the verb met, it will be meet, and we know that after do, does, did, we will write the present form of the verb. And our next example, the boy lives with her mother. Now look at this verb lives. Now we have understood that this sentence is in the present indefinite tense. So after who or whom, we will write here does, and there's no auxiliary verb. So we will start our question with who and then we will write does. And the subject is the boy, so we will write here the boy. Who does the boy or whom does the boy? Now the present form of the verb, that means live with. Now the rest of the sentence. So who does the boy live with, or whom does the boy live with? Now we will go to our next rule, rule number 3. To know about the possession, we use whose. So if you want to know about the possession, we will use whose. Now look, Jamil's car broke down. So the car belongs to Jamil. So if you want to make the WH question, it will be whose car broke down. So you don't need to change here, you don't need to add do, does, did. So we will just write whose car broke down. Now number 4, to know about profession, age, height, etc., we use what. So our WH question is what in this case. Now look, my grandfather was a school teacher. So this is the profession of my grandfather. So we will start our question with what, and there is the auxiliary verb was. So we will write here was after the WH word. What was. Now my will be your. I have told you. Now look at this box. My or our will change into your. So what was your grandfather? Now the rest of the sentence. What was your grandfather? Now we will go to our next rule, number 5. To know about time or date, we use when. So if you want to know about the time or date, we will use when. That means this WH word will be used when. Now look, he came home yesterday. So we are know about the, we want to know about the time. So at first we will start our sentence with when, and now look, came home yesterday. Came, he came. So this is the past form of the verb came. So the sentence is in the past indefinite tense, and now there's no auxiliary verb. So we need to add here do, does, or did, and this is the past indefinite tense. So we will write here did. So when did, and our subject is he. So after when did, we will write our subject. And now the present form of the verb came, so it will be come, and now the rest of the sentence home. So when did he come home? Now we will go to next example. She gets up at 6 a.m. Now we want to know about the time, and now look, we will start it with when, and there's no auxiliary verb, and it is the present indefinite tense. Gets up. Now look at this verb gets up. So we will write here does. When does, now our subject she, and we use here does because our subject is third person singular number, and now look gets up, we add s to the verb, so that there will be does. When does, and our subject is she, then the present form of the verb get up. So when does she get up, and we want to know about the time at 6 a.m. Now we will go to rule number 6. To know about place, we use where. So if you want to know about the place, we will use where. Now look, he put the book on the table. So we want to know about the place on the table. So our question will start with where. Where, now look, he put the book on the table. So it is in the past indefinite tense, because if it is present indefinite tense, we will add s to the verb put. So at first we will start our question with where, then there will be the helping verb did, and then our subject he, and now we will write the present form of the verb, that means put, and now the book. And dear students, remember, you will not write the underlined word in your question. You will not add underlined word in your question. Okay, where did he put the book? If you want to make the WH question, you will not add underlined words in your question. Now Mukta lived in Japan. This is another example. So where did Mukta live? So this is in the past form. So we will use did after, auxiliary verb did or helping verb did after the WH word where. So where did Mukta live? And very important thing, you must give question mark. I forgot to tell you at the beginning. You must put question mark in your in your WH question. Otherwise, it will be incorrect. Now number 7, to know about an amount or the way or the manner of an action, we use how. So this is our WH question. We use how if you want to know about the manner or the way or the amount of something, we will use how. Now look at this example. They are very intelligent. So we will start our question with how. How intelligent? Now the auxiliary verb are, then the subject they. He shone in life by dint of hard work. Now look, now we want to know about the way. So we will start our question with how, and now shown is the past form of the verb shine. So we will add here did, and in the first example there are the auxiliary verb. That's why we don't need to add here do, does or did. So we will add here did because there's no auxiliary verb in this sentence. Now our subject he, and then the present form of the verb shown, that means shine, and now what is left in life. So how did he shine in life? We will not write these underlined words because we want to know about it. Now how did he shine in life? He shone in life by dint of hard work. Now look, you cannot give the answer by saying yes or no. Now we will go to rule number 8. To know about the reason, we use why. That means if you want to know about the reason, you will use why. Now look at this example. He went home for taking care of his sick mother. So this is the reason. He went home for taking care of his sick mother. So we will start our question with why. Then according to the tense, there will be did. Why did? Now our subject is he. So why did he? And the present form of the verb went is go. So why did he go home? Now the word home is left. So why did he go home? Now we will go to rule number 9. To know about the choice, we use which. So if you want to know about the choice, we will use which. Now look, green mangoes taste sour. So which mangoes taste sour? So this is the choice, green mangoes or red mangoes. So you will make a choice which mangoes taste sour. So just like the first rule, Karim opened the door, who opened the door, like this. And dear students, if you want to know about the quantity, you will ask question with how many, and if you want to know about the duration or length, you will question with how long. And if you want to know about the question with if you want to know about the distance, you will ask question with how far, like this. And if you want to know about the depth, you will question like how deep, like this. So these are the question with how. If you want to know about the amount or the way or the manner. So dear students, now we will do some exercise. Now look, number 1, they are good students. So they are good students. Now look at the underlined word. They is underlined. That means we want to know about the subject, and they are the person. So we will start our question with who. Who are good students? And there is the auxiliary verb are. Then the rest of the sentence, who are good students. Now number 2, the pond is 10 feet deep. Now we want to know about the depth. Depth of the pond. So we will start our question with how deep, and then how deep, and there is auxiliary verb. So we will write the auxiliary verb how deep is, and our subject is the pond. How deep is the pond? Now number 3, we love Bangladesh. So this is the object. We want to know about the object, or we want to know something. So we will start our question with what, and there's no auxiliary verb, so we will add do according to our tense, because this is the present indefinite tense, and we is first person but it is plural, and that's why we will use do. What do? And we will change into you. What do you? Then the main verb love. What do you love? Now number 4, we went to market to buy some vegetables. Now look, we went to market to buy some vegetables. So there is a cause. That means you want to know the reason for going to market. So we will start our question with why. So why, and then look at this verb went. So it is past indefinite tense. So it will, here we will write here did, because there's no auxiliary verb. So why did, we will change into you. Why did you? Now the present form of the verb, that means went will change into go. Why did you go? Now what the rest of the sentence, to market, and we will not add these underlined words. Why did you go to market? We will avoid it in our question. Now number 5, there are 5 books on the table. Now we want to know about the quantity. So we will start our question with how many. So how many books, and now look how many books. Now there is auxiliary verb are. So how many books are there? Now we will write whatever left in our sentence. How many books are there on the table? Now number 6. In the evening, Jeba does her homework. That means we want to know about the time. So we will start our question with when. So when, and now look, in the evening Jeba does her homework. Jeba does her homework. So this is present indefinite tense and Jeba is a third person singular number. That's why we use here does. So this is our main verb. So we will add es, and that's why we will start our question with does. When does, our subject is Jeba, when does Jeba, and this is the main verb does. So now we will write the present form of the verb. So when does Jeba do, and now what is left, her homework. So when does Jeba do her homework? Number 7, she bought some books yesterday. Now we want to know about the things. So we will start our question with what, and what did. Now look, there's no auxiliary verb and it is present past indefinite tense, so we will write a did. What did, our subject is she, what did she, and present form of the verb bought is buy. So what did she buy yesterday? So these are 7 examples, exercise for you. And now look, there is the homework for you. This is homework number 12. Make WH questions from the given statements. Make questions with the underlined word or words. There are 5 sentences. Number 1, her mother is a nurse. Number 1, her mother is a nurse. The word nurse is underlined. You will, that means this is, we want to know the profession. And you will start your question with what? You will start your question with what? And now number 2, Kazi Nazrul Islam is our national poet. That means we want to know about the person, we want to know about the subject. So we will start your question with who. Number 3, I went to Sonargaon. That means you want to know about the place. So you will start your question with where. Number 4, the food is delicious. That means you want to know about the taste of the food. So you will start your question with how. Number 5, I met Ronnie. That means you want to know about the object, and the object is the person. So you will start your question with whom or who. So there are 5 sentences for you. And dear students, one important thing, at the end of your question you must put the question mark, otherwise your WH question will not be correct, it will be incorrect. So be careful about it. After making the WH question, all of you will give question mark at the end of your sentence. So dear students, that's all for today. I hope you have understood about today's topic. All of you will go through these rules, how to make WH questions, and if you have any problem you will ask questions in your live class, or you can contact me over phone. My phone number is given. So dear students, all of you stay safe and listen to your parents, and do your homework regularly and submit it on every Saturday from 9 AM to 3 PM. See you again. Allah Hafiz.